welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I'm that space hentai MC, and I'm back for my vengeance. Doobie doo.
And I'm that crazy mole who's going to tell you all about his adventures, Sobroni.
Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu. Because, unfortunately, she's still an ugly monster that the space pirate experimented on. We didn't turn her back. We don't have much. What was it? What, miracle juice? I don't know why in my mind it's miracle juice.
Sure.
Maybe
might as well be.
I'm confusing it with. I think I'm confusing what Shisui gave the kids. Except it wasn't
not the Apothecary Diaries Evil Lord crossover.
Yeah, unfortunate. Wait, give me 1 second. No, and we're keeping this in because I just have to get my water. Because damn it, we're humans and we need water too. But this will literally take me like 5 seconds. Starting now.
Did you get your water and then leave it on the other side of the room for some reason?
I actually left it outside in the hallway. That's nice. That's where I put it when I. Oh, also while I'm standing up. Great start to the episode.
Yeah, this is a very coordinated, rehearsed start to the episode.
Oh my god, I almost died.
All our effort.
I almost died. Oh my god, I almost tripped over something and died. Oh, sorry.
This is what happens when we try to start early. We just get all fucking discombobulated.
And we're not even early. This is very.
We're a little early.
This...
We're early because we normally start really late.
That is.
We're actually on time.
Right.
Which is early.
No, I don't think that and that saying applies to us. Unfortunately. But yes, I got my water. The window is open so I won't die from heat stroke. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, Oni?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm tired. I had work today. Work wasn't really bad. Work was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, work tomorrow. Yay.
So do I. And even it's even longer. Yay. But as always, watching anime always gets me pumped up, and talking about it gets me even more pumper up. Sure. So with that being said, let's start our show, as always, with our new segment this week in anime. I love how neither of our news is like kind of anime. It's like very
it's
loosely
anime adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll let you go first.
Okay, I actually got some very breaking news. I think this was literally just announced today. Atlas announces Persona 4 remake. I thought Persona 4 was already remade, but I guess not.
I think they had like their Persona 5, how like has Persona 5 Royal.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Persona 4 had Golden.
Yeah, but it's not like a revival, not like an old revival. Like I don't know, like the third game. Like that's like
I know the third game got a remake.
Yeah, because that's been like years ago. Just like this game is also like years ago. Like there's like more than a 10 age gap between Persona 4 and 5, which is insane.
Yeah, I know, it's super old. For some reason I thought it had gotten a remake recently, like 5 years ago or something, but I guess not. I guess it was just ported. Oh no, you know what it was? It was ported to PC recently. That's why. Oh yeah, I see it now. It was ported to PC. And I guess this coincides with the launch of the Persona X gacha game, which is coming out in the West globally on June 26th, so later this month, which I will be checking out. But yeah, so Persona 4 is getting a remake called Persona 4 Revival. It's going to be on Xbox. I assume it's also going to be on PlayStation as well, but they didn't. I don't think they announced it yet for PlayStation. It was on the Xbox Showcase. So if you haven't played Persona 4, all those, and I know there's a lot of people because there's a lot of people who started Persona with Persona 5. Highly encourage y'all to check out
Mm-hmm.
Persona 4 when it
Mm-hmm.
comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a great game. I think it's comparable to Persona 5. Definitely. Very different style, but still very, very strong.
Yeah.
And I think it's aged very well as well. So enjoy it. It's a brand new Persona. Persona's always good. Now give us Persona 6, goddammit.
Oh my god, no, please don't. Please
Yes.
don't. I still haven't played Persona 5 Royal.
You know how long ago Persona 5 came out?
In 2019, apparently.
Really? Yo, my sense
Yeah.
of time is all messed up because I could have sworn it was longer than that.
Persona 5 game.
Yeah, no, it was 2016.
Oh,
Royal probably came out
in
in
2019.
2019.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Why does it feel like it just came out like 3 years ago?
That's how I felt with last night when we were talking about Resident Evil.
That is. Yep. Yep.
Now you know how
Now,
it feels.
exactly. Well, I will be playing it at some point in my life.
All right. Well, what's your news, Drew?
So according to Anime News Network, Naver Webtoon introduces stricter hate speech guidelines after controversy.
I knew you were gonna pick that. I saw that and I was gonna pick that. I'm like, no, Drew's 100% gonna pick this.
And I'm so thankful you know me so well. Of course I will. How could I not? It's such a juicy title.
Mm-hmm.
So the move follows backlash over this amateur webtoon called Otherworldly Pong Pong Man, which was accused of containing misogynistic content and sparked a widespread boycott last year. That's insane. I did not know this was happening with fucking Webtoon.com.
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware. Made me feel kind of bad that I went there.
I mean, to be fair, you're not. It's not like you're Korean. I until I read the article, because it's a Korean slang term, so I was like, what is it, like a ping pong thing?
Yeah, that is fair. I feel like I wouldn't know that unless I was like habitually on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as y'all know by now,
habitually on Korean Twitter specifically.
Yeah, I feel like it would have made listen, one thing Americans love to do is outrage about something online.
That's true.
So I feel like it would have made its way to the US. So the term Pong Pong Man carries misogynistic connotations in South Korea. Pong Pong is a widely used slang term for dishwashing detergent, and in this context, it refers to a woman with a so-called promiscuous past who hides it up and ends up with a kind and innocent man. The idea is that a man cleans the woman much like detergent. Gross.
Can I just say that's a very extremely specific term. Like, holy shit, that's so extremely specific for a slang term.
I mean, I feel like slang words are kind of specific.
But you know what? No, not necessarily. Like, cap just means lie, or that that's a lie or whatever. That's like that's referring to a specific type of scenario. That's
okay.
I can't imagine is all that common.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We have something similar. We have similar phrases. Like, not. I know it's not a, like, one for one like comparison, but we're gonna have like a gold digger. Not the same as what they're saying, but it's like close. It's in the same realm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like, if someone, if someone refers to my partner as a pong pong man, I'll be like, bitch, nope. Actually, I'm not that squeaky clean. Bop, and then I punch him in the face. Cause what you trying to say about me?
So did they censor? Is it just like the title changed, or was it like we pulled the manga and it's like canceled or whatever? Like, was it the content of the manga or the webtoon that was an issue, or is it just the name?
I'm pretty sure it's like the whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
See, because I disagree with that, because that's a common trope in the reverse way. Like, how many stories do we have where it's like the woman marries the bad boy and turns him into like a gentleman or whatever. I feel like that's just a fairly common trope in literature and
Excuse
in
me.
media in general. I mean, there's a whole fucking channel dedicated to
Yeah,
it, Lifetime.
yeah, but usually like the bad boy dude, the they're cool as shit. Like, wait, hold on, let me rephrase that. The Grog Invitation. No, 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 no. I want to double sure if it was like the whole show or the title.
Because if it's just the title, then I don't. That's fine. I would agree with that because that's a bit of a salacious title. I'll admit. That'd be like calling a manga. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. I can't think of the American equivalent.
Um. Oh yeah, I guess it was the title. I stand corrected. I just
Okay.
assumed it was the whole thing, but yeah, it made it. It passed the first round of a public contest before being pulled amongst the public outrage back in 2024. Um, but yeah, that was kind of crazy. But now under this new policy, um, Naver Webtoon applied operational rules only to serialized works and amateur webtoons under its best challenge and challenge sections. Now the platform will monitor all user-generated content, including readers' comments and creator homepage posts. Um, the updated guideline defines what constitutes inappropriate content, including uh, the basic stuff, like the basic discrimination stuff, use of hate symbols out of context, supportive or satirical or glorifying depictions of traumatic events experienced by individuals, and then graphic depictions of real life tragedies that may disturb readers. Um, let's see. So yeah, apparently it was crazy, like giant campaign last year, like I said. Um, like people apparently there are protest trucks outside the neighbor headquarters. That's intense.
Mm-hmm.
And in response, the company formed an external advisory committee in December and revised its policies after conducting surveys with 150 creators and 1,000 users. This update marks one of the most comprehensive efforts by a major webtoon platform to address hate content and rebuild trust with its community. Well, I think that's a pretty strong, thorough sign thing that you're trying to like do better. What do you think, Oni?
I think so. I mean, none of these companies is perfect, and I think like,
Mm.
especially in this case, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say that people like it's such a specific term that it probably just went under the radar. Like, I don't think it's a widespread term in Korea or something like right where it's like, oh, we know exactly what this means. I think it was just like a bunch of old dudes on the board that just saw Pong Pong Man and was like, cool title, whatever, serialized, and had no idea what the connotation was or whatever. So now they realize and they're like, oh shit, let's change it.
Yeah,
So I don't know, pretty standard.
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm glad you're doing better. I hope. Yeah, I hope this is them getting back on track and no one's mad at Webtoon anymore, so I can watch or read my Webtoons in peace, knowing that they're not being assholes or weird. So yay! Hopefully all is well that ends well.
Yep.
All right. Now that we're done with our news, it is time for our weekly reviews, and we're starting off with Uma Musume Cinderella Gray, episode 10. Um. Oh, how the mighty March has fallen.
I felt so bad for March.
Me
Also, a
too.
nice haircut, March.
Usually, I prefer longer hair, and I think
Mm.
in her case, I still do prefer the longer hair.
I definitely prefer the long hair, but
But
this
this
doesn't look bad.
right, this looks good. Okay, yeah, that also looks really good on her.
Also,
Uh,
I
mm-hmm.
know I feel like we talked about it before, but I still love the phones. The phones are like so fucking huge.
Did you say the phones?
Yeah, the phones. Like when they're talking on the phone, because it has to reach their ears.
Oh yeah, right. Which, by the way, once again, just them not giving a fuck about like the timeline. It's like,
Yeah, no.
yeah, 1980 something. Meanwhile, they get stopped spotted in public. Everyone's putting out their smartphones and recording her. What?
Yeah.
Like, could y'all at least make an
The,
effort?
no, they don't care about the timeline.
They really don't, and that's slightly like it's like the more blatant they are about not caring about it, the more it kind of annoys me.
I'm pretty sure it's intentional because there's like paradoxical things that happen. Like I think there was a they referenced a horse or something that shouldn't have existed at that point. Like it's I think it's just meant to make fun of the fact that they don't give a shit about the timeline.
Yeah,
Whatever. It's 1980s. They got tablets and smartphones.
right. Like I'm like okay. Um, I know this isn't like I'm not saying anything like crazy revolutionary, but I don't know, after that little summer outing, I don't know. I think I really I'm starting to see the ship between Ogre Cap and Mascot.
Yeah, there was a fair amount of shipping fuel this episode between those two. They
Yeah,
were cute together.
they are like Ogre just kind of like just dragging her everywhere to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is cute, and yeah, a lot of hand holding. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, eating together. She didn't have to eat all that food. Like, I was like
yeah,
watching her eat with Ogre. I'm like, you can't compete. You can't hold up with Ogre in an eating contest. What are you doing?
right. Just while she's not looking, take a bite of whatever she has. All
Mm.
like 10 pounds of it. She won't. I promise you, she won't miss it. Or maybe she will. I don't know.
She'll notice. Be like, wait, I'm missing
I'm
a
missing a.
slight bite from my ice cream.
What did you do?
I love the big ass cup that she was just drinking.
Right. I'm just like, what? That's just so much liquid. That's not even a.
It's like
It's not even a
fish bowl.
food. Um. Also, that reporter. First of all, shout out to his date I for dumping his ass. Shout out to him. You did that, girl. You did that. Cause I thought it was gonna be a whole screaming thing. No, she did exactly what I would have done. Left and told him to lose my number.
To be fair,
Nope.
if you were on a date, well, this wouldn't apply to you, but if you were on a date and like LeBron James was just sitting there, I would kind of be like, wait, hold on, that's LeBron James. I need to get an autograph real quick.
Okay, but like, take me with you. Like he literally told her, like, stay right there. I gotta do like what? 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 That's the disrespectful part. Now, if you have to
That's
stop
fair.
because you have to do something, that's fine. But telling her to stay there while you traverse, not even to say hi quickly, you sit down and start talking shop with that girl. Bye. Actually, bye.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
You're right, and that married to his work,
Mm.
really and truly. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, he's the kind of person who would call Ogre Kappa Beast.
Yeah, that was a good intro to the episode.
Yeah. And then she ended up liking the name.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're bearing the lead of the episode. My girl Tamamo
Mm-hmm.
just showing up, fucking beating that one horse that's like 10 times the size of the other horses.
Right.
Like gigantic horse.
with a really cool
And
outfit.
yeah, her outfit was super cool. She was running in like fucking flip flops.
Sure.
um, yeah, Tamamo was really cool. Her little workout scene where she's like super fucking buff and just like
Right, doing
flipping around on the
pull-ups and flipping her.
bars.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, we get it.
yeah. I'm like, damn, you're
You're
making
that
Ogre's workout look light.
right. I thought she was just gonna start like juggling weights or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and then that stare down she had with Ogre Cap. I've never seen Ogre Cap look so shaken.
Yeah, she was kind of shook. Like, oh my god, this this one's a problem. I
Right.
love how they're building it up. So I guess what episode was this? 10.
Uh huh.
So there's like 2 or 3 episodes left. So I'm guessing we're gonna get the race next week for the qualifier, so Ogre can be in that race against Tamamo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm guessing the Tamamo race is probably gonna be like a 2-parter. So that's gonna be a good conclusion to this half of the season.
I agree. Yeah, they're setting things up to wrap up very nicely.
Agreed.
I think that is everything I need to say about Cinderella Gray.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to Fire Force Season 3, Episode 10.
Was this your favorite episode?
Ha 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 ha. Joke. Um, I wouldn't even mind. I didn't really mind this episode or I would not have minded this episode as a setup episode if it was not for the scene with this fucking mole. Like, it's like y'all literally try to make your episode bad on purpose, and I don't understand why.
It just went on so long.
I don't.
Like, you said
I don't even
5 minutes,
know.
and I'm like, no, it was at least 10. It felt like 10
I
minutes.
don't even know what the mole was talking about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I literally at one point on Oni, I got up to go get water and come back up because I'm just like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like listening to this mole talk. Just go on
Yeah,
and
it was,
on.
and it was about nothing. It was just like it would have been a funny joke if it was like 25 seconds. They went on like at least 4 to 5
Right.
minutes.
I think they're trying to be
ridiculous.
like, haha, we're showing you how long, and everyone is tired of this explanation. And I'm like, yes, we are also tired of this explanation as well. Like, you succeeded, and now I hate it. Like, thank you.
I feel like you remember. This is reaching back. Remember in Soul Eater, they had that one character that kept talking, and that was his whole thing. Like, he would just not shut up. Excalibur. He was
Sounds
like a
very
little dog.
familiar.
Yeah, he was like a little dog, and he was like a super powerful weapon. But every time they found him, he would just not shut up, and he would just keep talking and talking and talking, and that was like his whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like with him, they did it better because it would be like he would talk for 20 seconds, and then people would be like, "Oh my god, whatever, shut up," and walk away, or they'll do like a time skip and be like, 5 hours later,
like
and
a
he's still
time skip
talking.
montage. Yeah.
Just do like 10 minutes later, like do, and he's still talking or something.
Right.
Would have been perfect.
Yeah, this is not it at all. Also, they had to solve for Pi for the apocalypse to happen. What? That's so fucking random.
I kind of like how stupid that. See, that's the other side of the stupidity in this show. When it does stuff like having to solve for Pi, just like he can summon the gates of hell or whatever, or when old nun has to like, I'm activating my powers. I'm just gonna shiver, cause an earthquake.
So the tower can appear.
Yeah. Or what's her name? You're like, oh, I gotta use my fire power so I can see the
Future? What? Meanwhile, Hame is using her fire powers to keep the souls of the damned at bay. Like
my fire necromancy.
I'm like, okay, sure. Oh, by the way, show kind of ditches the cult because he wants to look for a show. And I love how he like tried to threaten Arrow to go see him. First of all, that whole beginning thing where he's like trying to sneak out was kind of funny. But then Arrow was like, Uno reverse. I actually will do whatever you want. And yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's this one scene where they're just all like openly discussing Hibana's like potential like love life. Like this weird matchmaking like section happens, which was like kind of funny. They're like, "Oh, Hibana, I didn't peg you someone to go for someone younger. I thought you'd go for someone like Obi." And Obi's like, "I'm not sure. Like, I feel like the age gap is a little too big for us. So how about so and so?" Like, and yeah,
that was cute. Like her just spreading chaos innocently.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was alright. Was that my favorite part of the episode? Probably.
Yeah, probably. The rest of it wasn't really much.
Yeah, like it was all set up in that fucking mole talking. Ugh. All right. Up next, we have My Hero Academia Vigilante episode 9.
So we got a revelation about Koichi's power.
Also, I think I actively hate his mother. I think I actually hate her.
Why?
Okay, maybe hate is a strong word, but extreme dislike. An extreme dislike of her.
I mean, I guess she's supposed to be like the stereotypical strict parent.
She's like abusive. Like she's literally abusive in every way, and she's like physically, mentally, etc. And not to mention, we find out in this episode that she is essentially the reason why his powers have evolved the way they have.
Yeah, she traumatized she traumatized him into forgetting his powers exist.
Exactly, because from a young age, she would smack him with like using your own powers to beat your child. I don't know. I don't know.
The Endeavor School of Parenting.
like, and I'm not making excuses for Endeavor at all, but like, at least with him, I kind of see like the twisted logic of what he was doing, and like the stress of being like the number 2 hero of Japan. This is just an abusive bitch. Like, she's just an abusive bitch. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it.
To be fair, in her defense, like if Koichi's like flying into
you
the
cannot
highway,
smack your son every time.
What is she supposed to do to get
Keep
him
him strapped. There's literally
you just tie him up.
Yes, there are literally belts. I had this
more abusive.
No, it's not. Like you
put
strap
a leash
him
on
in.
him and tie him.
No,
to a
you just
fucking
strap
post.
him in. Just get everything. Have everything with a strap. Like just strap him like I strap in my niece or nephew in their car seat. Like that's not abuse.
Yeah, but that's in a car. They're in the house.
We're using it to keep. Either way, it's being used to keep them safe, so it's not abuse. As long as it doesn't hurt them.
Locking the kid in a room tied up, and you're like, that's not abuse.
No, I mean, at that point, you could just close the window. Babies can't open windows. Her dumbass left the window open so her baby could fly into the sky. That's her fault. She's negligent and abusive. Great, thank you, Oni. Because why would you? Because if your baby can keep flying, why would you leave the doors and windows open without securing the baby first?
The only reason I'm against her is because I think she was manipulative to not tell him his powers when she clearly knows he wants to be a hero, and just be like, well, when you were a kid you used to be able to fly. Like, just tell him. Like,
so manipulative, abusive, negligent. Yeah, mother of the year, this one. On
the bright side, I did like that little scene where she was with Makoto.
Yes.
And Knuckle Duster comes in and they're like, oh my god, handsome. And she's like, get off. Get someone your own age.
Right, that was pretty funny. I like that. First of all, shout out to Makoto for being a woman of culture. Makoto, go after whoever you want. You're grown enough ish. Actually, I lied. I forget Makoto. Oh my god, I really was Makoto when I was. Fun fact, everyone. I definitely dated a man like around Uncle Duster's age when I was Makoto's age. Would not suggest, but I guess I see myself in her, and I'm just like, I'm glad you like what you like. Listen, if the man I dated looked like an Uncle Duster, I would have far less complaints.
I'm glad that you're angry at Koichi's mom because it takes the heat off Koichi this episode, because he had a really dumb moment. Like, he had his dumbest moment, I think, of the show.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't forget about Koichi. I didn't forget. It's just like his mother was so like such a piece of shit that it's like it easily eclipses his moment of like immense stupidity, where he what did he say about Top Step's outfit? She said, "Oh yeah, you really put it together real quick." Like, what?
Yeah,
in what
like,
world?
you got it up, you got it together. You just stepped out of the house.
You just slapped it on.
Slapped it on and came out. Yeah.
Yeah, you really look like a piece of shit to come see me so quickly. Like, yeah. If men who are that oblivious, I hope.
But that's not even oblivious. That's how. In what sense is that a compliment? I'm almost thinking that's a mistranslation, because there's no way you can misconstrue that as a compliment.
Absolutely not. I'm just like, this is why I'm like, after that, I was like, Makoto, actually stay away. Makoto, stay away. You actually deserve better.
You're too good. Yeah, you're too good for going.
Too good for him.
His mom was like, "They're like, listen, you're too good for my son."
Yeah, unfortunately, she may be correct. That's the only thing I agree with his mom about. Also, how does a cat possess a fucking bus?
I don't want to think.
I do right. I'm like, this feels like something they would do in Fire Force.
So I guess the trigger juice, whatever, doesn't just affect their quirk. I guess you can just use it on anything or anybody, and it makes them strong and fuse with. Like, that's super OP.
Yeah, I agree. That is crazy. Or did we just find out that animals have quirks in this world?
That'd be chaotic.
That would be insanely chaotic.
You run into a bear that has like fucking Colossus quirk and just turn into metal or something.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that'd be kind of crazy. And yet another episode of Igninium just not being able to get it done. At least not by himself. I'm just like, yo, I'm just like, no shade. I'm like, it's like, if I could go into this anime, I'd be like, yo, your brother is going to be so much better than you, like, by the age of like 15. Cause Jesus, like, this dude is just like, I mean, okay, they have like different, I feel like they have like different different weaknesses. I think his is the difference. Then the main difference between him and his brother is that homeboy, he needs fuel, which is just juice to power up his boosters. Meanwhile, other dude, I don't think he's ever had a problem with running out of steam. It's just for him, he can overheat from going too fast. So very, very interesting. But yeah, Koichi did have a cool moment where, in a moment of extreme distress, I'm assuming, he was like, "Oh, activate power," and just, yeah, he kind of flew for a little bit.
So I'm guessing we're gonna get that explored upon, which I guess it makes sense, because it's like, when we first got introduced to him, his power was kind of just like, what? That's it? You can just hover above the ground?
Yeah.
But this is kind of like a natural evolution of his power.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not just hovering above the ground. It's like complete repulsion.
Exactly. So, yeah, him being able to fly is like really cool.
I'm guessing his power is like magnets or like magnetism, maybe, or something like that. Like maybe he can like what do you like do with the magnets that they like propel against each other?
Mm-hmm. Like some kind of manipulation of charge.
Yeah, and that's why like if he has like a really low charge, he just hovers. But if he juices up the output, he could like fly. Kind of like Magneto.
Yeah, but very one dimensional.
Yeah, very one-dimensional Magneto.
That'd be interesting. Now, how do you get that second jump in air? Do you just?
That's what I mean. It looks like he just juiced up his, because like the blue stuff under his feet just like exploded. So it looked like, yeah, maybe he got like a stronger positive or negative charge or something.
Mm,
And it like just propels him up.
Interesting theory. We shall see next time. Hopefully, we'll never have to see his mother again.
I feel like we might see her again. Maybe not. I don't know.
God willing, we don't. All right. Up next, you have a Lazarus episode 10. This is a Leland episode.
So I have mixed feelings on this because I really did
yeah.
not care about Leland and his story and all this shit. But we got a lot of progress in the story, actually.
On the other hand, I actually liked his background story. I just didn't like the execution of it.
Oh yeah, and that was way too expository and out of nowhere.
Right, like literally them just having like a whole fight in front of the other two dudes in front of Axel and Doug. Like, oh yeah, well you because you're this child. Then that's why you did it, and that's why you did it, and that's why you did it. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And they too were also like, what the fuck is going on? Because yeah, why would you just randomly start arguing and saying all that shit in front of strangers you don't know? Like, hello. So yeah, I feel like that was kind of poorly executed. But I think it's really cool as shit. Like he's an Aster, like, you know, Aster plays.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that part is cool.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, he was not even like an Aster. He's like a legitimate child. And then all his brothers just happen to be dead. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, that aside, everything else, yeah, I wish there was like they would done flashbacks showing his father or something with his father, like just something to build up the sentimentality. Is it? I just feel like once again this episode is just another sign. Like I keep just calling this like a boneless Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just kind of like
I almost kind of want to
put out the soul,
right? Like I kind of want to watch Cowboy Bebop and just be like, like, do I have like the nostalgia blinds on? Was Cowboy Bebop also not that well written, but we can tell the difference because we were children? Because I feel like that
because I saw it recently, like a few years ago, and it was still pretty good.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of yeah, yikes. But like you said, on the other hand, all the main story shit was pretty. That was pretty cool. Like that. We learned that Axel was part of a drug experiment when he was in college, in jail. Excuse me, not college.
The opposite,
right? The opposite. And maybe I got a little bit confused, but the suitcase that Skinner, like, it was Hapna reagent. Like, was it supposed to be like a new Hapna drug, or is it the same Hapna drug?
I think it's the same Hapna drug.
Okay, but it got shot up in the gunfight? Question mark.
or like it was like a prototype hop on the drug.
Yeah.
You know, like before they refined it or
Oh,
whatever.
okay, got you.
That's why it killed everybody.
Oh, oh. Except for Axel.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that he's gonna have something to do with the cure. Like, oh, if you take your blood and make a cure out of it.
That would be so annoying.
It would be. It'd be very cheap, and it'd be a very cheap cop out. I kind of hope everyone just dies. Like, can you at least have the balls to have that kind of ending? Like,
They're not gonna kill everyone.
that would be kind of dope, though. Like, that would be of all the things that this show wants to be, it needs to have the balls to have that kind of ending. Like, you can't put all this stuff in the show and then not have the balls to do that kind of ending.
I mean, not even Cowboy Bebop had that kind of balls for that ending. Well, I mean,
Yeah, but it had
spoiler,
a
they
bunch of
killed,
other stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I
fight
mean,
guys, but
it was still a great, like a really tragic ending.
yeah, I agree.
If the ending to this show is just like the world is saved because we got a cure, that's gonna be the most
Yeah, but someone's gonna die for it
cop out.
too. I don't. I feel like if it's Axel who dies, I feel like that would be like a little. Then I'd be like, oh my god, it feels so much like Cowboy Bebop. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna end it. But whatever they're gonna do, they better do it fast because Elaine is starting to get sick. She's starting to feel the side effects of the drug.
Yep.
But also, oh my god, oh, they're gonna kill Elaine. They're totally gonna kill Elaine. I feel like because it's gonna be
Probably.
the episode where Elaine finally does something and it's like cool, and we're like, oh my god, we kind of like you because you're like cool now, and then she dies.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening.
That'd be well for the sake of the story. That'd
That'd
be
be
cool.
cool.
For the sake of the story, that'd be cool.
No.
And yeah, I'm happy to see the Popcorn Wizard again because I actually fucks with her. Because she's
Yeah,
like,
I figured she was gonna come back. They
yeah.
wouldn't just have her be like a one-off.
Oh, they wouldn't.
I mean, maybe I'm giving the show too much
Right,
credit. I feel like she was gonna.
All right. Up next, we have Go Go Loser Ranger episode season 2, episode 9. This episode was so like insane.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel because it feels like it's so fast paced now, and it's clearly rushing through this arc. Like it's like we gotta get through all the major plot points like now. So I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I don't mind. I don't know. This feels very fun for me.
Yeah, I mean it's fun in the sense of like something is always happening.
Yeah. But then we find, well, we got a lot of questions answered this episode. Like, apparently, they put like Yellow created monsters. Like, did Yellow create like all of the monsters?
Yeah, I didn't know what the extent of that was.
Right. That was crazy. But we did find out that he created the divine artifacts from the original dragon, I guess the dragon keepers, quote unquote, the ones who literally were blessed with the dragon powers, the dragon gods.
Yeah.
And yeah, he somehow took pieces of them, I guess, and then turned them into that. I will say, I was just like, are you gonna explain how any of what you said like makes sense?
No.
Right. That I'm like, it's starting to feel very Fire Force.
Yeah, but I feel like Fire Force gets away with it because it's intentionally trying to be stupid, whereas this show is just kind of just trying to rush to plot points, and it's like not explaining a lot of it really well.
Yeah, I agree. First of all, also shout out to Yumeko and her little Lolita outfit.
Yeah, I
Very
didn't even
cute.
realize that was her at first. I was like, oh shit, why are you wearing such a cute outfit?
Right, love that for her. Also, I think she might be a clone of one of the original
Yeah, that's
people.
what I was looking like because all the tubes and everything. I'm
Yeah.
guessing they're all like. I'm guessing the Red Ranger is a clone.
Mm-hmm.
She's a clone.
Mm-hmm. That would
Well, we're all clones.
explain if some of them were. Yo, imagine if Sakurama's sister was also a clone, and all his
Could be.
clones are just a bunch of bro cons. That would be kind of funny. Not for him, obviously, but for me.
Yeah.
Um. Also, yeah, Megatia is like, hey, in this dream world, even I can come back. Bye. Excuse me. That was kind of meta. I didn't hate that. Also, Yellow Keeper, also trash like the Red Keeper. Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I didn't think they would have someone just as bad as Red Keeper. I
And he
thought,
shot through his own teammate to kill the monster.
right, like I really thought, like, oh, like they're kind of shitty, but they can't be as bad as the Red Ranger. And this dude is like, hold my beer, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only did he shoot through his teammate, he also shot the stairs so that no one else could come back, basically leaving everyone to die for no real good
Yeah.
reason. By the way, just because, like, I don't know. Maybe there was if there was a reason, I wouldn't know.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, yeah, he sucked. Also, shout out to that girl who got cut in half. I don't know. I kind of liked her.
Yeah, I liked her design.
Yeah, I kind of liked her personality, her background. Um, the fact that she was doing all this like stand up to them, but it got to a point where she was about to get kidnapped by I don't know the fucking yakuza or some shit.
Yeah. The random thugs that were gonna kill her or whatever.
Right, and then she got saved by her childhood friend just beating them with bats. So yeah.
Yeah,
um
pretty much it.
yeah. I I have no idea what's about to happen. That's one thing I like. I can't It's very
Yeah, it's
unpredictable.
very unpredictable, the show.
Yeah.
I give it that.
For better or for worse. All right, up next we have um intergalactic or what's it? Intergalactic Evil Warlord something.
I feel like every week you get lazier with the name of the show.
I'm the evil lord of an
by,
intergalactic empire.
by week 12, you're like, yeah, blah,
We got the guy, the evil lord dude, whatever.
blah.
Because I don't write the full title in my notes. That's why I'm like, I
Well,
don't
I mean, it's a long title. It's a isekai. It's gonna be like 70 words.
exactly. And this is a short one relatively compared to
Mm.
other isekai.
I'm curious how you felt about this episode.
I'm just gonna start off by saying
Because
that a papaya mango croissant sounds gross. I I mean, unless it was like filled with like the actual food itself.
it'd just be like a fruity dessert kind of
I don't
thing.
want.
That
I
would
don't
be a
want.
good.
I want the fruit inside of it. I don't want to like taste it on the bread itself. Don't do that. Give me the fruit filling, or don't give me anything.
Like baked into the bread or like
No, I want it like to be like a
just in
filling.
the bread.
Yeah. Let's see. How did I feel about this? Uh. Huh. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate
I just
it.
feel like it was so. It was. I didn't hate it. It just felt painfully generic. It felt like the Temu version of Gundam.
Yeah, no, it's the level of animation I expected for this anime and this anime studio.
I don't understand why it's trying so hard to not be a comedy. Like the one thing it does really decently is the comedy, and it's trying really hard to not do comedy.
Yeah, I don't.
Because there was literally no comedy. This episode was just
Yeah, it was just
what
like
if
space,
Gundam, but with a lower
right?
budget.
Gundam fight. The only thing that was like funny is literally just when the hentai MC pro tag came at the last minute. It was like, ah, yes, get fucked, you fucking insects.
I like that she was slightly kind of
slightly
sadistic.
She that bitch is twisted.
I mean,
and rightfully so.
Fair,
rightfully so. Rightfully so. I'm not judging her. Like, no, girl. If I was her, I too would be cussing them out as I kill them all. 100%. Yeah, she was like, I'm here for vengeance. Time to kill. That was so. I enjoyed that. That was probably like my favorite part.
Oh yeah, that was the best part of the episode.
I think I just laughed. I think the quote unquote comedy for me was just like how, at some points, how egregious like his weapons were at some point. Like the rocket punch is still not a rocket punch. It was like it's just a rocket with like a bigger sword. Like that in itself to me was like a comedic part, because it still kind of builds off the joke that like she can't understand how, like, what a rocket punch would look like, because his idea of it is so stupid.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm not going to give you like a stupid idea, so you clearly you must mean this, right? And then it's just not the rocket punch. Like, it's a rocket punch, and he uses a sword. Like like it reminds me of was a Mr. Lane kick from Korewa Zombie Desu Ka.
Yeah.
As the enemy dies, they always say
that's a oldie.
Yeah, it sure is, and I still think about it to this day. That's so like I feel like is that show criminally underrated, or is it just me?
No, it definitely is underrated. Maybe we'll get a remake or something one day. I definitely feel like that's a show that they could remake, and like it would still be really good.
Mr. Lane kick. That's not a kick. But yeah, it was fine. TM, like I think I had my expectations properly like measured for this episode, especially when I saw they were about to fight. So I was like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. I will say, while I was fine, there was one point where like the animation just became so like garbage. I think there was like a 1v1 Gundam fight, and like in the middle, and then it was just like, ugh, kind of got a little yikes.
The budget didn't extend to that.
No, it sure didn't. All right, and last but not least, we have Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Episode 21.
Which I'm guessing is your episode of the week.
I'm guessing it's yours.
Yeah.
Yo. I mean, honestly, at this point, I would actually just kill Shenmei. Like, at this point.
Thank you. I'm just
not even because she's terrible.
On the live watch.
Not just because, like, oh my god, she's evil person or evil bitch or whatever. More so, it's like, not only are you a terrible person, you're gonna cause us all to like get killed.
Which she did. Because the Imperial
Which,
Army's coming and they're like, oh, fuck, we're not doing this shit.
yep, and Shisui was like, well, they're gonna kill us all, so let's just bottoms up, everybody.
So this is jumping ahead. Maybe, I don't know if I'll jump ahead this much. All right, well, this is jumping ahead a lot. But I do feel like, what's her name? Fuck, I always forget her name.
Which one?
Shisui? Is it Shisui?
Oh, the one who's Lolan, aka Lolan.
Yeah, Lola.
Yeah,
Um, I don't think she needed to kill the kids. I feel like that's
yeah.
a bit extreme. You could have just like escaped with them or something.
I
Like
agree.
you
They
didn't
could have
have
just
to,
ran.
you could have ran.
She
That's a bit
said,
much.
she said, I don't have the. I mean, huh? Yeah, no. I think that she could have instead of like she could have gave the people that she gave money to. She could have been like, hey, one of y'all take these kids and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Like I know the army's coming and everything, but I feel like there were other ways. You jumped to step like Z out of what, like you went to Plan Z. You didn't have to go that far.
Right, right. Plan A and Y was there. Um. Also, we just learned so much this episode. Like, woof. Like, this is a very sweet. This is just like sweet A the episode essentially.
Yeah.
Um. I also learned that her half sister also has noble blood. Actually, yeah, more noble blood than Suide herself. Because
Yeah, that's true.
she's a she's a descendant from the late emperor.
I do. It's not a complaint against the show, but just for me personally, one of my biggest weak points in
Mm-hmm.
anything
Mm-hmm.
is family trees. So
Oh,
the show is just, it fucks with my brain a lot because it's just like,
I will
oh,
say,
my
yeah.
brothers, sisters, nephews,
I will
cousins, second
say,
handmaiden.
I will say this is like the first time where I was not confused by it at all. Like I remember, I remember Xavier was like, "Yeah, we can go over that family tree when you're done." And I'm just like, "No, I think I get it. I think I got it." Like they kind of said it pretty. They didn't. It wasn't too confusing. It just took me like a second. I was just like, "Oh yeah, oh fuck, I forgot her name. Not Sweet A sister. Was it say something? I wish I had
Because they
done
have, is it Suiren or
Suiren.
yeah, Suiren. I keep getting them confused. That's why Suiren and Shisui.
It's Suire, and then Shisui is. Oh, I kept writing Suire instead of Shisui in my
Mm-hmm.
notes. That's what confused me. Shisui.
Yeah, 'cause isn't it just her grandmother or something was the one, the
Yeah, who
was
was
a victim of the
yeah,
emperor?
yeah, who was essayed by the emperor.
I
So
also feel like they could just use those terms. I feel like they go out of their way to make it more complicated by saying she's like my sister's mother's mother. I'm like, your grandmother. Just say your grandmother.
yeah,
Like, they clearly are trying to lay it on with like the ugh.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like they were a little straightforward this episode.
They did not use the word grandmother.
Oh,
They were definitely like, she said my sister's mother or something.
oh, okay. Well, luckily it was one of the rare moments where I was able to follow along. So I'm very proud of me for that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Also, so did Shisui get pregnant by the emperor and then abort the baby? Yeah. Is that what they're implying?
Shisui. Did Shisui get pregnant by the
AKA
emperor?
Lolan.
Yeah, no, but you're saying she got pregnant by the current emperor.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I was hoping it's not the older. That'd
I
be kind of
mean,
crazy.
I don't think she was pregnant by the. I don't think
Right.
the
Yeah, because
current emperor had anything to do with her.
right. He was just there to be there, like a symbol.
Because he doesn't even really see anyone besides his two women,
Right.
Tokyo and the other one, whose name I forget.
Um. So yeah, what does that story have to do with her? Like, what are they trying to imply? What was my mouth
I
guessing
think
trying to
she was
imply?
to her mother or
Oh,
grandmother. I don't know. That's where I get confused with
yeah, that was
family
the only part
lineage.
that wasn't clear. I don't know. I'll probably like go back and like watch it just to be sure. I don't know. A lot was being said in those like 5 minutes or so. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to my mom for like killing and eating the snakes. That
Yeah,
was
that was the best part.
yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah. Also, fuck Shenmei. Oh, it's gonna be so good when she dies.
I'm glad because I was like, oh, did she die off screen? Is that why they're not showing her? And it's like, but I hope that's not the case. I want to see her die brutally.
Yeah, and honestly, if it's Jisui who kills her, I'm very okay with that. But like
Mm-hmm.
extra points if Suire kills her.
I was going with I would hope. Well, you know what? That's more poetic. I was gonna say Jinchi, but
I mean, yeah, that works too. Like, good old
I guess
fashioned beheading.
yeah. Listen, if anyone kills her, I don't care. Like, just kill her. Like, I'll be happy no matter who does it.
Yeah, I agree. Um Also, Mau was doing the most. Once again, no sense of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I would have let that little kid get beat, because like, what are you doing trying to rescue me?
That was a poorly thought out plan.
Yeah, I mean, he is a dumb kid,
Yeah.
but you know what? I'm glad. I will say, I am glad that his last day on Earth was not him getting beat and then he drinks poison and dies. I think literally him seeing his drugged out mother
Mm-hmm.
and then being poisoned. Yeah, they were talking about the whole scene. Like, I'm like, Nahi's kind of had an idea what was happening. Yikes.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty. That's pretty terrible. So I wonder what's gonna happen. Like on the way out, like they still haven't escaped yet. So I'm very interested.
Mm-hmm.
What's about to happen?
Same.
But with that being said, we are done with our weekly reviews and we are done with this motherfucking show. So only if you be a dear and take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of Right Force Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you catch every episode as it goes up each week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or channel patron and join us for our weekly live watches where we'll be watching Apothecary Diaries and Fire Force. So if that sounds interesting to you, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Um, let's see. Make sure you guys are washing your face properly. Clean behind them ears. I know you haven't.
That's random, but okay, I
Yep.
agree with that. Cleanliness is
Listen, I'm
important.
tired, okay?
On that note, this has been Silveroni and
Do we do?
I'll talk to y'all later. Later.
Bye.